Hey, how's it going? So I've been normally keeping vlogs art related, but I've been having this weird issue with my shampoo. I started trying this coconut shampoo, but it's like sulfate free and it contains silicones. So I'm having kind of like a weird mixed reaction where I'm fascinated by the result on the ends. Like, this is the most normal my hair has been. Like, look at that. Compared to, say, high school, where people would tell me that I had weird Barbie hair, because it poofs out, because I'm really wavy hair, normally. Like, if my hair gets wet and it dries into a really tight little, like, a curl, like that. But otherwise, it's just, like, dry and poofy. But my scalp is miserable. I'm not sure why the world has decided to wage war on sulfites. I'm sure there's a reason. That's the part of the shampoo that actually removes oil and dirt, and at the same time it's dumping silicones on it to make it very shiny. Like, that's why my hair looks kind of weird. Normal, it looks kind of weird to me that it's like kind of shiny and nice, but at the same time there's no sulfates to remove that. Lately, I've just been miserable. But our plant friend's back outside. I'm working on a new thing, kind of. I'm having this issue this year where I'm not feeling very motivated. Shock, right? But like, it is that time of year where things are kind of like, fart noise. I try to commit like at least 4, but more like 6 or 8 hours a day doing various art related things, right? Mornings are gone, but the afternoons and evenings are art stuff. 6 days a week, but really 7. Math came up to like 168 hours or something like that. And all of February, I made like $60. But I think like the real issue is that there's not as much accountability compared to doing a freelance commission work and stuff. Like, commission work, you kind of have to do it and someone's waiting for it. Whereas like, when you're just doing it for internal gratification, it's like, no one cares if I make a painting today or not. So it's like, it's hard to do stuff sometimes. It's hard to do stuff sometimes when it feels like you're just in a bubble. I think that's what it is. I think I just feel like I'm in a bubble. I really miss the flea market. So I wanted to make a picture. There's a sneaky peeky over there. But I wanted to do it bigger because I kind of wanted to do a complicated thing. Here is a piece of a painting that was on my wall. It ripped because I was trying to take it off of the stretcher bars so that I can use the stretcher bars, but it ripped, so I threw it out. I didn't like this one anyway. I like the texture of it. Other than that, it's all gone. But anyway, now I just have these empty stretcher bars up here. And the reason for that is because I didn't realize that my paper is not large enough. It looks like it would have been large enough, but it's not. I will not be stretching this painting, and it will be smaller than I wanted it to be. I wanted to show something cool though. So I guess this is a regular thing they're doing now, where they ask people what they're doing during this time. Pandemic creations and inspirations. People are sharing what they're doing. And I did notice down here, sort of shouted out one of my videos inspired her to do exactly what I was just talking about, which was stretching paper onto stretchers. And that's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. And yeah, so these are like videos that they are showing on the website. And so I've sent a few of mine. And they come back every once in a while to ask me for more. And honestly, I don't have a whole lot of videos, you guys, that really fit the instructional sort of. I keep running into Wendy a lot. She's very prolific in the area. But that is just something that has blown my mind in the last week specifically. Not just the shadow, but also like I bumped into Wendy at the park and she recognized me and like talked to me. And that's never happened to me before. That whole feeling of feeling connected in the community, that was the thing that I wanted to work on. And I'm terrible at it. And there's so much to do to feel like I'm part of anything, but like, that's definitely something that has never happened to me. And it does make me feel less like I'm in a bubble. Right, Maggie? I also wanted to mention that the Art for Animals painting is the water sheep. So if that's purchased during the month of March, then I will be giving half of the purchase price directly to the BCSBCA to help shelter animals. I was super self-conscious dropping it off because it is the first one that's not framed or stretched onto canvas stretchers. It's on a linen panel. It's just that I've been sort of boycotting my own creations this month. It's just a mood that I'm in right now where I don't want to make art anymore because I have so much of it. And sometimes you start to feel a little rebellious. You don't want to make anything else. So I just wanted to send in something I already had. And they've been asking for things that are a little bit larger. I'm sure no one will notice or care that it's just unframed or anything, but I waxed it. BB. Yeah. Oh, you really want the dinner, don't you? Maya sent me some cool stuff because my calendar I mailed to her got lost in the mail for like 3 months, and then it finally arrived. I wanted to showcase her art style. These teeny tiny little prints. Also, this cool zine. I don't know if you printed this yourself. It's got some like long arm stapler action here, but it looks really cool. My desk feels gritty. I don't know why. So it's a bunch of cool watercolor sketchbook work. Very cool. I'm kind of curious to know how this was made because I want to make one sometime. Check her out there. So my Patreon theme this week is Artist's Encyclopedia. And I originally bought this book to use it as scrap papers because I like to use foreign language papers as collage. If I did English ones, people get really curious about the book that I tore it out of instead of what I was doing. And I just fell in love with the cover of this book. It looks very beautiful and vintage. So instead, I'm turning it into a altered sketchbook. And so this month, we're doing Artist's Encyclopedia on Patreon. So if you want to see turned sketchbooks into little encyclopedias, that's where it's going to be, on Patreon. And every month, people in the $10 tier, I mail out a page to them, plus whatever little extra thing I have coming around. And I love how this is looking. I'm definitely getting into the vibe of painting over book pages. Very fun. And the encyclopedic aspect of it is, you see that I'm taking notes about information about these things. When I'm scrolling the internet, I will learn about a random animal or a concept or a thing. That's very fascinating. And in this case, I saw a cinnabar necklace and I'm like, ooh, how do I get a hold of something like that? And then I learn about the thing. And maybe I don't want to get my hands on that. But that's kind of what we're doing, you know. I'll do another peek, you know, learning about something new. And recording it in my sketchbook as if it's a Pokédex.